I'm Atina English, and this is my EDT 601 Instructional Technology Tool Talk. Today I'd like to introduce you to the visual software called Kidspiration. It's a visual way to explore and understand words, numbers, and concepts. Kidspiration is a product of Inspiration Software. It is a visual learning software tool for students in grades kindergarten through 5th. Inspiration Software, another product by the same company, is appropriate for students in grades 6 through 12. Kidspiration helps students use graphic organizers to organize information, understand concepts, create stories, and share their thoughts. Kidspiration helps students develop thinking and literacy skills. It reaches across the subject areas of language arts, math, social studies, and science. In reading and writing, Kidspiration helps students strengthen word recognition, vocabulary, comprehension, and written expression. In the math area, students build reasoning and problem-solving skills. And across the curriculum in social studies and science, Kidspiration helps students express their creativity and thinking with pictures, words, and numbers. Kidspiration ease of use. Kidspiration can be used with smartboards and Promethean boards and can be downloaded to Macs and Windows. It is user-friendly, colorful, very easy to read, has clear audio, and is easy for students to navigate. When you first enter Kidspiration, you will see the starter screen that is organized on top by the picture, writing, and math views. Picture view allows students to organize their ideas through symbols, maps, webs, and other graphic organizers. In picture view, use symbols to show your ideas. Use links to show how these ideas flow or connect. And after you get your ideas down, it is easy to arrange, group, and sort your ideas. You can also add text and symbols. Here's your main idea, and here's where you add symbols. You may link the symbols. You can erase the symbols or clear them, undo, redo. Listen to the words that you've written. And of course, a great place for each student to put their name, and a word guide or a dictionary so students can look up the meanings of words. Also to the side, you have your library of symbols and hundreds of symbols to choose from. Here we'll pick a symbol, holidays, and we'll stick a party hat there, which tells us the students may be talking about a special party, and they can add symbols to their main idea and later talk about them in writing view. Now to switch to writing view, you'll come up here to the top and click on the button that says Go to Writing View. Here you can see your main ideas at the top, and you have all your different ideas under here. You can expand on these ideas. Each symbol that you would put here becomes a topic with notes that you can add details. You can even start a writing project from scratch here using the Kidspiration tools. You can add another idea, move it so that it will go into that paragraph, erase it. You can listen to your ideas. Of course, another place for students can write their names. You can use the word guide, and then later the students can publish their work. This is picture view and writing view. Our last view is the math view. In the math view, there are 5 distinct math tools to choose from: the color tiles, the pattern blocks, the base 10 blocks, fraction tiles, and fraction boxes. There is also a free workspace where students and teachers can create activities to work with the math tool that they choose. Here's an example of using the math color tiles to practice skip counting. In the color tiles, students can count and compare, solve area and perimeter problems, and practice the 4 basic operations. Color tiles have no limit, so students can work with large and small numbers, and they are easy to drag and drop. In this example, the teacher has set up more than one page, so students have plenty of practice, and they can also use the up and down arrows to go to the next page. Here's an example of using the pattern blocks in Kidspiration. In this activity, the teacher sets up patterns and asks the students to finish the pattern. With the pattern blocks, they are movable, stackable, and can be rotated to change shape. Students can also scroll down a page and make their own patterns. Here's the base 10 block Kidspiration view. These base 10 blocks can help students understand place value. They can be used to count and group larger numbers. The blocks are in units of 1, 10s, and hundreds. In this example, students will use the base 10 blocks to show the addition problem at the right. This teaches them adding with regrouping, and there are additional pages. Here we have the Math View fraction tiles and fraction boxes. These are used to help students understand fractions. Students can find common denominators and work with improper fractions and mixed numbers. They can also set the number of parts and use colors and patterns to represent the fraction. All of these views are in the Math View, and you can see how easy it is for a teacher to set up an activity to help a student work on an area in math they may be having trouble with. The last thing that I would like to show you on the Kidspiration starter screen are the ready-made activities available for teachers and students: reading and writing, math, science, and social studies. The Kidspiration activities focus on a specific subject or skill. Each activity is a separate document that includes information on how to use the activity. In addition to these activities, teachers can create their own activities or modify one of these existing activities. Students can complete an activity and then save it as their own project. These activities are perfect for a teacher if she is uncomfortable with the concept of using Kidspiration. They're ready-made subject templates and would be a great addition as an introduction to the program. Modeling, of course, is required by the teacher for young students to take full advantage of this program. I will now show you one activity from each section of the Kidspiration activities. On the screen now we have a reading and writing activity, a character web. After the students have finished their book study, the teacher will assign them a character. Notice that the teacher has put the directions for the activity in the gray box at the top. Students will come and put in their title and author. They will then come down and put their character's name. Then they will come to each symbol and fill in an adjective that best describes their character. When they've done this, they will come to Writing View, and write a sentence using each adjective that best describes their character. If they need help, they can use the word guide to find a better adjective. When they're finished, they will publish their paper and turn it in to the teacher. Here's an example of a math activity, adding it up. Here students will use the color tiles to show different pairs of numbers that add up to make 6. They will write an addition expression in the green box next to each model, and then they will come over here and put their green tiles. Please notice that the teacher has put 4 pages of math activities on this activity. They can go to a page, they can add a page, or the teacher can delete a page. Students can also use the arrow button up at the top to scroll down to the page they need to finish. One activity in the science section of Kidspiration is on animal classification. Here, students would look at each category, and then we come over to the symbol library and scroll through the animals and find 2 pictures that go into each box. When they have completed this activity and put 2 pictures in each box, they would then go to the writing view and write about why the pictures fit into each category. Here's an activity for social studies. Students would be assigned an historical figure they would research, and then they would come in and add words and details to tell about their life. Once each section has been filled in, students will then go to writing view and add details about the person's life. Here's my Kidspiration activity. I decided to do it on fairy tales. I have my course objectives stated and my lesson objectives. And here's my description of my lesson activity. This will be one of many on a unit on different types of fiction, and they'll read different types of fairy tales. And they're going to review from a past lesson that a fairy tale is an old story passed down by word of mouth for many years and that the author is usually unknown. As a group with the teacher, they'll brainstorm using Kidspiration software the characteristics of a fairy tale. And after reading 2 different Cinderella stories, the teacher will assign groups, partners of 2, and have students compare and contrast the 2 versions of Cinderella using Kidspiration activity, comparing literary elements. And this is the activity. They'll use each box and compare and contrast both books, and then when they have filled in all of their information, they will switch to writing view and add more details about their book. My assessment would be teacher observation, and I would also ask that the students turn in a copy of their compare and contrast diagram. In conclusion, I hope you see what an excellent resource Kidspiration is for the classroom. Teachers can use Kidspiration to motivate and excite students to become better writers, readers, and learners. It can be used with a whole group or small groups, or independently. There is a learning curve in teaching students the software. Teachers should guide and model Kidspiration for the students until they are more comfortable with the program. I am in a 30-day free trial period, but if I would like to purchase Kidspiration, it would be $69 for a single computer and ranges up to $895 for a 20-computer license. Site licenses can be purchased based on student enrollment, and additional information about this can be found at the www.inspiration.com/site licenses. All information and resources from our presentation have come from the website inspiration.com.